throughout California, a battle is being fought to protect the state's diverse ecosystem. And on the front lines are the state's game wardens.
We enforce everything. Drugs, violent crime, stolen vehicles, and poaching.
They're killers, they're taking our wildlife illegally, and we have to stop them.
Outmanned and outgunned, they face danger at every turn.
Kind of like the Lone Ranger out there.
It takes one guy in a tent with a weapon to ruin your day.
On this episode, the wardens hunt down a brazen pig poacher,
It's sinister.
settle a neighborly dispute,
It's just him. He's not friendly.
and take a bite out of Mexican drug cartels. All in their pursuit of wild justice.
We are the last line of defense, and without us, you have no wildlife.
Fresno, California.
All right, guys, it's 6 a.m. Just doing a quick briefing. The whole premise of Operation Ceasefire is to go after gangs here in Fresno. The violence is getting worse, so when you go to the houses, be very careful of your officer safety. We're going to definitely make a dent today. Any questions? Good. Okay, let's do this.
In the past 3 months, escalating gang warfare has resulted in over 50 shootings. To control the violence, more than 100 federal, state, and local law enforcement agents launch Operation Ceasefire. And California's game wardens have been recruited for backup and canine support.
My dog is cross-trained. He does firearms detection work and suspect apprehension. Usually I'm working outside in rural locations, but the job is basically the same, just a different environment.
As warrants are served all across the city, Wardens Conley, Grove, and Barnhart are en route to the home of a major target in today's crackdown.
A lot of these guys today are hardcore gang members. They're involved in serious crimes and they don't want to go back to prison, so you never know, what's going to happen. Whenever he starts to feel my anxiety rise or he senses it, he starts gearing up in the back of the truck.
This guy's been selling dope and guns in this location for years.
Go around this side.
Police department! Can you come to the front so I can talk to you?
Come to the door, your door is open. What's your boyfriend's name? Come out here.
Anybody in the residence? Come out. Parole search. Come to the door. Come out here now.
Two residents surrender without a fight,
Who else is in the house, bro?
Anybody else in there?
but their main suspect could still be inside.
Fresno PD, come out now and identify yourself.
What room's he in?
I was asleep. I don't know where he's at.
Ma'am, come here. You know if somebody else is in there.
No one else is in there.
Check here.
Police department, anybody inside the residence, make yourself known now.
Just doing a parole search, making sure he's nothing illegal in his house that he can't have.
The wardens have enough evidence to arrest the suspect, if they can find him.
It's locked.
Check the closets real well. We heard footsteps going through his backside.
Did you?
Yeah.
4th century?
Yes. Trace. With a canine, he likes to work. He wants to work. Trace, come here. Check here. My job as a handler is just to try to keep him focused. Check here. Is that it? Good boy. That's it. Well, we got a floor access right here. Police department, if anybody's down there, announce yourself.
Did you want fishing game dog?
Trace. Come on. Police K-9 unit, come up next and send the dog. Police K-9 unit, underneath the house. The dog finds you, he will bite you. Last chance. All right, here, up. Good boy.
There he is.
Good boy.
That police. Hey, dude. You feel me? You can't stop it. Not worry about it.
Operation Ceasefire resulted in over 21 felony arrests and 29 grams of rock cocaine seized.
Trace and I responded. I put him on a search, and he searched well. They have one in custody, one safe, no one got hurt. I think it went pretty good.
The Sierra Nevada mountains. Home to 40% of the state's bear population. And ground zero in the fight against bear poachers.
Good boy, where's that?
Wardens Chris Stutz and Kyle Kroll respond to an anonymous tip of a bear killed out of season and left to rot.
Some locals here in the valley that found this bear poached. We probably would have never heard about it, would have just been another dead bear. So they were able to report it to us, and now we're doing our crime scene investigation.
How old did they say this was?
It's a couple weeks old now. It's a juvenile. It was maybe 1 year old. 180 pounds, pretty small bear. Pretty mean claws, but man, it's just a little guy. Now this comes a dirty job. We're gonna have to try and look for a bullet.
Did you notice this spot back here, almost like it
I think it was drugged by
around?
critters, yeah.
So if it rotted out completely back there, a bullet could have fallen out back there.
You got your metal detector with you?
Yeah, I do. I'll go grab it.
It smells pretty doggone bad. This thing is ripe. It's all rotten.
Trying to track all these drag marks. You can see where it's dragged through here. Never know if something might have fallen out on the way through.
Looks like there's something there.
Should be right down in there somewhere, I think.
Time for the dirty work. Oh yeah, a little maggot pocket.
Man, it got deep.
Look at that. Bingo.
Well, sure enough.
There it is. There's the slug. That's right in the vitals, right where we knew it was going to be. That's the killing shot.
Definitely say we could rule out natural causes.
Yep. No hunting seasons were open. It's not like they were looking to get meat off it, and they just took it out here and let it rot. Pisses me off when I see that this was needlessly taken, poached, for no reason.
Stutz and Kroll continue to work the crime scene. But poaching isn't the only threat to bears in the area.
I've got a call from a gentleman in Portola area that his neighbor's feeding bears. She has cats and she's putting out way too much cat food for just the cats to eat. As soon as the lady starts pouring the cat food into these metal dishes, the bear makes a beeline for their house. We'll roll by and see if I can see where they're putting the food out, and then I'll have a little better idea of what they're up to. We're coming up Grizzly Road right now. See if there's any bears around this house. There's a number of reasons that it's a bad idea to feed wildlife. When people start feeding the bears, they become nuisance bears, and then eventually they become brazen and will start causing damage, and at that point, we have no choice, but the bear is going to be killed. That or the bear is going to lose its fear of humans and attack someone. In that case, the bear is going to die as well. So the old adage of a fed bear is a dead bear is certainly true.
Ulrich visits the witness who saw his neighbor feeding the bear.
Evening. How are you? I'm Steve. I'm with Fish and Game. Are you guys having some bears around?
Oh, sure are. He was on his deck today when he was on the deck. He goes there every night.
Sometimes you hear their like growling.
Oh. Okay, we're gonna go talk to the people next door.
Ulrich is no stranger to this address.
Those people I've talked to about feeding deer before. Hi. Do we have a bear up here?
There's 2 babies.
Okay. A couple of the neighbors called in saying there's bears on their porches and stuff, so. Do you know anyone that's putting any food out for them? No. No?
They don't even come.
Are they up your tree back here?
I don't think so.
All right, thank you very much.
Without any hard evidence, Warden Ulrich leaves the suspect.
Let's go.
For now.
I want to catch them actually feeding them. I've warned them before for feeding big game, so they know not to do it. I don't blame the neighbors one bit, because it's one thing to feed birds or squirrels, but when you start to feed bears and attracting bears, bad news.
250 miles south, Lieutenant John Norris is investigating an illegal pig poaching operation.
Fish and Game Wardens are called the Thin Green Line. We are the last line of defense against the elimination of wildlife and the pollution and destruction of our resources. Right now I've got an illegal big game trap, and we're gonna go check it to set up a case on it to find out who's baiting these animals.
The poaching site is on state land and miles from any backup, so Lieutenant Norris has Warden Jeremiah Preffer guard the perimeter and enlists his protege, Tyson Quintal, to locate the trap.
Flaco Rapido, fast skinny, Tyson Quintal. Tyson's a good friend of mine and one of the most motivated, get out there and kick over every rock and sniff around every bush for a violation. He's definitely an asset to Santa Clara County. Looks like they're trapping some big game animal, probably wild pigs.
Okay.
With a permit, state law allows the hunting of wild pigs. But baiting and trapping them is a crime.
This has been tilled up. That's fresh pig sign. So they've been rooting right here, and our trap is gonna be right up on that edge. So these guys definitely know what they're doing. They're not new to it.
While Norris and Quintal close in on the trap, Warden Jeremiah Preffer scouts the surrounding area.
I'm gonna try and be sneaky and unnoticed, hopefully. Whoa. See this? See this? This is what I was looking for.
At a suspected pig poaching site,
Skinned them. Gutted them too.
Warden Preffer's discovery proves these killers are pros.
These guys know what they're doing. They just took the good parts, left the rest. Seeing them in this condition really ticks me off. This makes me sick. I mean, there's a lot of meat on these animals that can be used, could have been used. 150 pounds of meat between the 3 small pigs here that have just been wasted. And these could have fed a whole family probably for a week. There's no excuse for it. The people took their time to skin them out and take the good parts.
Came across 3 pig carcasses that were dumped and just left here. Copy that, bud.
While Preffer examines the evidence,
Coming up on the trap right around this corner.
Wardens Norris and Quintal locate the trap where the pigs met their demise.
That's it right there. Found it. John.
What do we got here?
Looks like archery equipment, Tyson. Well, I see some fresh melons in there, some oranges. This thing's definitely baited hot right now. It's a good-sized cage trap that can hold a lot of animals. They've got archery equipment so that they don't get detected. If they can use an arrow to stick it silently and kill it, less noise, less likelihood of getting caught.
Spray painted the top of the door orange. That way they can tell that their trap is still set all the way from the main road. The second they don't see orange, they know the door came down and they most likely have a pig.
It's sinister. That's a good setup. I mean, other than that orange flash on the door, you'd never see it from the road. And you never see it till you walk right up on it. Sneaky, sneaky. We gotta find a place to set up trail camera.
Right here, we can get a trail cam. Facing this way, we can get most of the trap.
In order to catch these poachers, the wardens set a trap of their own with a motion-activated trail camera.
What we want to get with this camera is any of the bad guys coming or going to set the trap or kill animals in it. Okay, guys, we're on. We'll give this a shot. Come back in a day or two, just see what it does, if it tracks anything. And we're gonna put the bust on these guys real soon.
Hopefully we got something good.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Back in Plumas County, Warden Steve Ulrich isn't buying the denials of the accused bear feeder, so he pays them another visit, undercover.
We rolled up here yesterday to a report of people feeding bears. Neighbor says they're feeding twice a day with copious amounts of cat food. According to some of the neighbors, the bears just make a beeline right for that cat food. If we see them putting it out, it helps solidify the case. Looks like there's a small bear coming down now. That just shows that they're habituated, to come into that house at certain times of the day. They know there's going to be food out there. That's just bad news. By getting fed like this in this manner, they're pretty much just sealing the fate of these bears, and the fate is that they're going to be killed.
As the bear approaches, so do the suspects.
No idea.
He said he got a report of the neighbor, and he said somebody's feeding him. I go, not me.
You're feeding your cats.
Yeah, but I can't feed the bears. There's just some rockies over there.
Yeah.
I took them to we can get trouble with that. They're getting brave.
Well, now her intent is clear, and that proves that they're knowingly putting the food out for the bears. Wait for it to get a little darker here. Go contact them. It's a game that these people are playing right now, and not going to let up.
Back in Santa Clara, California.
Right now we're on a stretch of Coyote Creek between San Jose and Morgan Hill. This is an area that has a lot of pigs, a lot of deer, a lot of wild turkey. We have everything from waterfowl poaching to pig and deer poaching. And even though it's really close to the city, it's a wildlife haven. So this is a good spot for people to take animals illegally, and that's exactly what's happening with this trapping situation.
24 hours after setting up surveillance on a brazen pig poaching operation,
we gotta find a place to set a trail camera.
Right here, we can get a trail cam. Facing this way, we can get most of the trap.
Lieutenant John Norris leads his squad to collect the intel.
Right now, Tyson and I are headed back to the pig and deer trap that we've been monitoring, see if we've had any activity on it. We got to be really subtle right now. You can definitely burn a case down and blow it if you're not careful. May as well give it up if we're compromised early. What we're hoping to find today is any signs of illegal take, see if it's baited, see if animals are coming into it, see if it's actively being watched. We see a face on any of the tapes on this camera, it's all we're going to need to make the bust, and our case will be complete.
Tyson's looking in the trap and covering to make sure no one's in that field that might see us. We'll pull this card, get out of here before we get seen. Let's move out.
There's a deer rolling into the trap. There's a whole little family of them going into the trap. And that was a big old hog in that last one.
See if we can see a face.
Whoa, 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 hold, pause it right there. That was a guy.
That's our guy. See if we can see a face.
Whoa, 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 hold, pause it right there. Look, he's coming right in around the corner. You see him?
Yeah.
Coming in.
That's our guy.
Using a hidden trail cam, the wardens caught their pig poacher in the act. And it's a face they recognize.
Tice, do you think that guy could be the guy you're interviewing on the hunter trespass we've been chasing around?
Yeah, it could be. He's been known for doing other dirty things.
Link this guy to this image and find this guy, and we'll have this case solved, buttoned up.
The wardens have the evidence they need to make the bust. But first, they put an end to his slaughterhouse.
Taking the trap apart now so we can get this thing dismantled so it doesn't kill any more wildlife illegally.
Some guys just don't even want to have the satisfaction of legally hunting and putting in the fair chase and the time to get an animal that big on their own. This trap is so hidden and so off the beaten path and so sinister the way it's set up. Anyone coming into it is definitely associated with it, so we don't have any doubt. This is one, if not the, bad guy connected to this poaching operation.
While the wardens close in on their man, in Northern California, it's a case of Boyd meets Squirrel.
I got a complaint that an individual was taking gray squirrels out of season and just shooting them for giggles. Gray squirrels are like anything else, they have a season. I'm gonna hook up with this guy and pick up the evidence from him and then go interview the individual who's reportedly responsible for shooting them.
The witness to the shooting lives next door to the suspect, so Boyd must handle this case with care.
Folks, you know, sometimes you make a phone call, it's your neighbor, you don't want to jump in a big neighbor dispute, but it is a violation and you'd like it to be taken care of. That's when discretion comes into play as a game warden. They were people that would straight up burn other people's house down. Reporting those fish and game offenses, there's always two sides to a story. It's just a matter of getting both stories. See what's going on.
You still pot and green.
Okay.
There's two of the dead ones on the road.
Okay.
Pictures.
Yeah.
I confronted them.
Okay.
Got ugly.
Okay.
I said, you know, I think you're shooting squirrels. And his comment was, so what? So what? I shoot them because they're pests, right? Okay. Really. 5 babies and mom and dad, they're gone. But I think he does with a pellet gun.
Killing for the sake of killing is not a good way to do it. You've had any other interactions with this guy before? Is he...
No, a couple, but we have ignored a lot of this, but
yeah. I appreciate your time. I will cruise over there, have a word with him, and we'll get it all figured out. If something comes up, you need help, call me.
Feel free to come back. Or...
Okay, I appreciate that, Jeff.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
Well, we've always been animal freaks, you know. We live here for that. And we have tried to overlook some of those things, But, I mean, that was too much. I wouldn't normally call, but it was the in-your-face attitude that, I'm out. I have a lot of faith in California Department of Fish and Game. What?
Next door, Boyd confronts the suspect.
Hey, my name's Brian Boyd. I'm a game warden at Fishing Game.
Richard.
Richard, nice to meet you. The reason I stopped by is a gentleman across the street, I guess, is claiming he shot some squirrels or something like that. Can you fill me in on what's going on?
I have some squirrel pests that come around once in a while, but...
Okay. Did you have a conversation with the gentleman yesterday? And
Well, he came over, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he came over and said something about squirrels, and I said, well, they're pests, and I don't want them in my yard.
Did you end up shooting some yesterday at some point?
No, not recently.
I'm asking you to be totally honest with me. When was the last time you shot a squirrel?
I couldn't tell you.
A week, a day, a month, a year?
A few weeks, probably, but...
Okay. When you have shot them, what do you usually shoot them with?
Oh, just a pellet gun.
Do you mind if I have a look at that pellet gun?
Yeah.
And I'll come in and grab it? So yesterday, you did not shoot any squirrels at all? None?
Well, I shot at a squirrel, but I don't remember. I never hit him.
I'm gonna be straight with you. The gentleman has a squirrel over there, and are any of these pellets gonna match up with the pellets that are in those squirrels?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I'll shoot towards them and they'll just run off.
This guy right here, his statement initially is not matching up with what he told me later. So when I see somebody not telling me the truth, it makes me dig harder. And it also gives me an idea, okay, who's the one that's guilty here? You know, who actually did the offense? I'm gonna seize a couple of these pellets here. If you don't know they're gonna match up, I got to look at it. If there's a pellet in there, and based on the witnesses' statements of what was said and what's going on, you're looking at a citation, something I'm gonna write you a ticket for right now.
Yeah, I run into some of the other neighbors in the past. He's not friendly. I mean, a polite way would be good. Not even a, nothing. It's just him.
We'll skin it first. We'll look and see if there's any holes anywhere. Looks like this thing's taken a couple rounds, actually. Shot in the throat would have been a crippling shot. If somebody's like trying to scare something off, you're not gonna have like 3 rounds in it, you know what I'm saying? There you go, right there, guys. This pellet right here is consistent with the same slope dome pointed pellet. It's matching up with what the RP was saying. Based on the autopsy of the squirrel, the guy's gonna get a citation for taking squirrels out of season. You know, is it a triple axe murder? No. Is it squirrel out of season with no reason? Yeah, it is. Let me give you a copy. It encourages me to fight for all I'm worth and do the best I can. That's all you can do.
In Santa Clara, California, a hidden camera caught a chronic pig killer red-handed.
Whoa, hold, pause it right there.
That's our guy.
And now Warden Quintal has tracked him down.
3 months ago, there was a poaching in progress call over at one of the ranches out of Morgan Hill. Ended up apprehending 2 out of 3 people. They were out there poaching wild pigs. The guy that got away, his name was Max. We didn't get a last name, we just got Max. We got an additional tip just last week. I know where he works now, and supposedly he's there. So we're gonna see what he has to say. Hello. I was wanting to talk to Max for 2 different reasons.
José! José, le hablan! Dile a tu papá que venga.
Can we check really quick?
Check that. Stay here.
Maximilian.
Yeah.
Come over here, Max. What were you guys doing out there?
Trying to make a noise.
You were just making noise to move the pigs.
Yeah.
We have a picture of you, and then I keep getting reports that this guy Max has been hunting pigs.
Pigs.
You're hunting pigs, right?
Never shoot it.
I know you didn't have a firearm, but that's still a violation. You know that, right?
For trespass.
The definition of take, it's hunt, pursue, catch, capture, or kill. Or attempt to hunt, pursue, catch, capture, or kill. And for that, you know, you need to have a hunting license. So turn around for me. Put your hands behind your back. Okay. There's a right way of doing things, and there's a wrong way of doing things. There's abiding by the size limits, the allotments. That's what distinguishes a hunter from a poacher. They either don't care or don't care to know the regulations. If everyone thought that way, we wouldn't have any wildlife, so we got a poacher in custody.
Back in Plumas County, after his suspects lied about feeding bears.
Do you know anyone that's putting any food out for him? No?
Warden Ulrich went undercover and caught them in the act.
You're feeding your cats.
Yeah, but I mean, I feed the bears.
I've warned these people before. About 4 years ago, they used to have tons of deer sitting in front of their house. And I told them to cease and desist. Issue them a citation for feeding big game. It's a violation. By getting people to stop feeding the bears is to avoid the whole situation of eventually having to kill the bear. It'd be interesting to see what happens.
Given his history of run-ins with the homeowners, Warden Ulrich calls a local sheriff deputy for backup.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure.
Why don't you come on out here and, this is Deputy Morano from the Sheriff's Office, and I'm Warden Ulrich with Fish and Game. Do you remember I talked to you a few years ago? I came by and talked to you guys, you and your wife, about feeding deer and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You said you'd stop.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, have you stopped?
Yes.
Okay, are you putting out any food for animals tonight?
No.
Have
Not
you?
for the cats.
Where would that be located?
Right in the front.
Can you show me?
Sure.
Here? You're saying that's just for cats only, it's not for bears? Yes.
Well, am I going to say it's just for bears? Am I trying to get myself in trouble? No, I feed the cats.
I just was looking for an honest answer.
It's an honest answer.
Cats only?
Yeah.
And do you ever see animals coming, bears and stuff?
They come all the time. Bears, deer, whatever, raccoons, skunks,
And where are your
coyotes.
Where are your cats now?
I got one's out here, he's hiding. I got most of them inside right now.
Here's what I believe. I believe that you're putting the food out for bears. I've gotten several complaints from neighbors. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna issue a citation for feeding big game.
Do I have to get a citation?
Yeah, because I warned you guys already. You're creating a problem with the bears. They're becoming habituated to this cat food, and that's all they're going to be looking for before long, and they're going to be busting into everybody else's place looking for cat food. Then we're going to end up shooting them. Because once someone suffers damage, they can ask for a permit to have it killed, and there's nothing I can do about it. We have to kill them. I'm going to seize the cat food they have out now. Just because of the amount of it, I have to be able to show in court that it's excessive. That cat better be like 30 pounds.
Cat's name is Yogi.
This is the amount of cat food that was put out just tonight, and I think an equal amount was probably put out this morning, but there's only one of his cats outside the house right now, so that's a lot for one cat. It's obvious to me that they're feeding more than just cats. (2223) Clear last contact, citation issued for feeding big game to the person ran.
Copy.
I want people to know that there's a dedicated group of law enforcement officers out doing a job that may at first glance seem not very important, but when you really look and follow us around, you realize that all of this wildlife have no voice. If it wasn't for us, there would be no control.
Shasta Lake, the third largest body of water in the state, and one of the top spots for Mexican cartel marijuana grows.
There's a long history of grows in this area. Look out across these hills, and there are grows everywhere out there. I can pull up my GPS and go to 40 different old grows, and that's that I know of. How many more that I don't know of?
Throughout his 12-year career, Brian Boyd has worked tirelessly to put an end to illegal marijuana cultivation.
It's not just somebody growing a little marijuana out in the woods. These people are doing it commercially. They're out poaching deer, they're out gut shooting bears. It's critical to go in with the element of surprise because they're very dangerous and the odds of getting into gunplay are way, way higher. There are long guns in these grows. I've seen AK-47s, AR-15s, assault shotguns. You have to assume somebody's armed. Anytime you assume somebody's not armed, it's a bad position to be in. If we can set an ambush where this camp is at, we're gonna get bodies. But if that dog gets within 30, 40 yards of somebody, they're done. It's over.
Easy there, hot shot.
Boyd joins forces with a multi-agency marijuana eradication team. Their goal, derail this new grow before it starts.
You just want to stay behind the dog. You see that trail through the brush there? Watch the lower part of that for like feet moving. That could be a good spot for them to come out. See that sunlight coming up over there? That's where they like to plant these grows, you know. They gotta get the sun on them. Dog showing some interest. Something off to your right, Gary.
Homemade irrigation lines steal water from the local streams, but they also lead the warden straight to the camp.
Dog's getting birdie on that track on our left.
When she starts pulling at the lead, there's somebody right there.
Sometimes if you look up above, you can see branches moving before you can even hear them.
Easy.
You always have to watch out for crossfire.
After hiking 5 miles, they finally find the camp. But it's empty.
It's always the scariest when they're tending the marijuana. Because they'll carry their weapons out with them. They kind of take a lot of extra caution when it comes to covering stuff up, especially those white propane tanks. They'll spray paint them brown, green, camo mud. Just from the air, you know, you don't see it.
She's like, yeah.
Suspect! Suspect! Come out with your hands up. I'll send the dog. You will get bit.
Easy, easy, easy. Dog's on him.
Let's go! Go!
Deep in the Shasta National Forest, the wardens descend on a marijuana grow.
She's freaking
out. She's like raring to go.
Suspect, drop! Policía, tiene un pedo! Suspect! Come out with your hands up, I'll send the dog, you will get bit!
Easy, easy, easy. Dog's on him.
Oh, go! Go! ¡No mueva! ¡No mueva! ¡Al suelo, al suelo! ¡Al suelo, al suelo! ¡Al suelo! Stay right there, guys! ¡Al suelo! ¡Al suelo! ¡Otro lado! ¡Otro lado! ¡Su estómago! ¡Estómago! ¡Ahora!
I got you covered, tough, huh? Off.
With one suspect in custody, the wardens rush to secure the perimeter.
I got one in custody. It's pretty good. The kick's up, you know.
I gave an announcement. The guy kept trucking, sent the dog. Good apprehension, a fantastic open field bite.
Muy malo, mucho dolor. Es más bueno que un arma.
The suspect is in no shape to make the 5-mile hike out of the woods.
You need to go to the hospital, yeah, they can have him walk out.
So air support is called in.
The chopper's gonna go back, and we're talking about tracking this guy down and basket him out.
¿Cuántos plantes aquí? Approximately 1,000? Okay. 1,000 plants. Este señor va a ayudar.
Okay. We're just going to eradicate this.
After being treated at the hospital, the suspect will be placed into custody and tried for his crimes.
As game wardens, we're supposed to relentlessly pursue those who knowingly violate the law. These people knowingly and blatantly violate the law. This is America. This is public land. We should not be looking over our shoulder for some armed grower in the woods who's profiting off the public trust. So I have no problem working these guys, and I'll work them as long as I can physically walk or crawl out here and do it.